You are now running Chandelier Creative, which is a phenomenal creative agency here in New York. And we've heard so many times, I run a creative agency, I work for a creative agency, I'm at this creative agency, right?
Yeah.
You're meeting somebody on a plane who has no idea what you do, and you were to say, this is what I do. What would you say?
If I'm just talking to a random person on a plane, it's like everything is design. Everything is designed. Everything you look at, from your seat to the logo on the airplane to the movie titles that we're watching. And so all of those things are done with intention. And so there's different ways to think about it. But Chandelier is a creative agency. And this is how I always explain it. We serve the sublime. Like, we are here to make ourselves breathless and to make other people breathless. And we do it through creating worlds and universes within brands. And a brand identity is traditionally, like the logo and the type system and the color palettes and the art direction and graphics. But it's also the language, it's the behaviors. To me, it's the whole sensory palette. Like, what do we taste like? What do we smell like? What do we sound like? What do we feel like? For me, it's about when visual and story come together to make a mythology for a brand. We make mythologies.
I like that. You have amazing clients now. You have Khaite, you have Rhode, which is like the hottest, makeup, skincare brand right now for Gen Z.
Yeah.
How did you meet Hailey Bieber? What did those early conversations look like?
I actually don't remember how we met. It was so long ago, but there was a very strong point of view about Rhode and what it was going to be.
It was just an idea. It hadn't been started yet, right?
No, it hadn't been started yet. It was a name, and it was sort of like a proposition for product and a taste of a world that Hailey was really excited to build. And it felt like a really clear white space to create something for this generation that I think is so smart about skincare and ingredients. And it's so funny to me because when I was 14, 15, I didn't care. I don't think I put moisturizer on until 7 years ago. And so it made so much sense because I also just felt like there was a lot of noise. There was a lot of brands that were thinking about acids and exfoliants and instant solutions and easy fixes and transformations. And Hailey had this more pointed vision around something more foundational, more minimalist, more about the building blocks. And I think a lot of it came from her grandmother's wisdom that she imparted on her around skincare.
What I find interesting about Rhode and what y'all have built and worked on together is that Hailey really entered the space late as in comparison to some of her contemporaries in terms of skincare, makeup, etc. And yet Rhode has had this meteoric rise where everyone, there's girls in line out the door. Every time I look at it on TikTok, I see somebody with the phone case. And then also the other thing that stuck out to me was how editorial it felt. The product, aside, just the imagery, the branding of it felt very fashion in a way that none of the other girls
was doing that.
Nobody was really doing it that way. And
hard to do that well.
Why?
Because I think you have to really, truly care. And I think you have to come from a place of doing that. I remember, actually, it was probably the first thing Hailey said to me. She was like, I love you guys because you guys do editorial so well. And it was interesting for me to hear that because at the time we actually weren't working in editorial, but I think she saw our editorial approach to the work that we were doing. That brand has really strong codes that we've helped establish. And I think that comes from its purpose. It's just a very clear point from the formulas to the identity system. The line is one of everything really good. It's really built on the building blocks of a very simple, efficacious.